Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So today the pure metal silver M5 gets even more love. We got BMW's individual pure metal silver paint job on deck, the 20-inch Vossen wheels on deck, the lowered ride height that just looks so good thanks to Dynan suspension system. Let's go ahead and add the icing on the cake with this stuff right here. What we have here are some good old carbon fiber exterior mods for the F10 M5. I mean, who doesn't like carbon fiber, especially you BMW guys? You know, I figured once we put the wheels in the car, we lowered the ride height, there was just something missing. That front bumper, while it looks kind of aggressive, it's missing a front lip. Well, there we have it. And the rear looked a little bit tamed, so we have a super aggressive diffuser for the back. Let me give you guys a closer look at the quality of this carbon fiber front lip. It's a 3D design style lip. It's not 3D design brand, because that would run me like $2,000. And for those that run a $2,000 lip up front with a lowered car, bless your soul, I'm not doing it. This is actually from ECS Tuning, so it's their own branded lip, and the quality is actually pretty good. I've used carbon fiber parts from their website on previous BMWs like the E90, E93, and I've had really good results. It's a hit and miss with some of the products that they sell, but you know what? I have confidence that this one's gonna fit just right. And you really can't complain. I mean, the weave is pretty good. The clear coat is spot on, nice and smooth, and this is like more than half the price of the actual 3D design one. Bottom side doesn't really have carbon weave. It's just like a flat raw black finish down there, which is fine because that's like the first part that gets beat up anyways. I did inspect the lip and I was looking for, you know, imperfections and defects on it. I was only able to find two. There's one spot right here. It almost looks like a hairline crack, but it's actually underneath the clear coat. So it's either quality control, or, you know, or that's just a normal thing when it comes to, you know, making this carbon fiber weave. If you look closer here, it looks like there was some loose weaves right there and it was cleared over, so it's not on the outside, it's not an issue. And this section right here, again, looks like a hairline crack, but it's not, it's underneath the clear coat. So I mean, you can't complain guys. A lot less money than the 3D design one, and it looks pretty damn close to the original one. Go ahead and put this lip to the side so I can show you guys the rear diffuser, which is a little bit more special. Unlike the front lip, this carbon fiber rear diffuser is actually from 3D design, like the real deal. I didn't pay 3D design money, $2,000, because I can't convince myself to do that, even though it sits in the back of the car and it doesn't really get as mangled as the front lip. Anyways, there was a viewer of mine that reached out. He was actually selling this piece from his F10 M5, and he gave me a pretty sweet deal. He combined it with a trunk spoiler that I really don't want, but he wouldn't sell it separately, so I'll show you guys that in a bit. We got the 3D design certification, authenticity, 3D design. Yeah, real deal. There are some imperfections. This is a used part. The bottom side right here does have like haziness on the clear coat, which I'm sure my detail guy can buff out. We'll ceramic coat the entire thing. I mean, the clear coat everywhere else is fine. It's just the bottom side right here, which could get corrected. And I believe there's a little mark right here, which I'm guessing is from the exhaust, because it does exist on this side as well. So a little bit of burn marks. We'll see if we can buff those out with, you know, with a machine. We actually have more carbon fiber, which I also purchased directly from ECS Tuning, but not ECS brand. These are carbon fiber mirror caps for the F10 M5, but they are from M Performance. All right, let me show you guys what they look like. Here they are. This is gonna be beautiful. No doubt about it. This is M Performance. You guys know it's expensive. It's not Aftermarket, and BMW knows their cars more than anybody else. So these aren't the ones that overlay or they exist in mirrors. These actually have the clips. So you're supposed to unclip the current one and then snap these into place, which should be interesting. And we have the second one right here. These are super light. I highly doubt I'm going to find any imperfections on the surface of these. By the way, I'm going to have links to all these products down in the description below if you guys are interested. If you guys use my links, I do get a little bit of a kickback. It doesn't cost you any more money, but it does help support the channel. We'll start with the carbon fiber mirror caps since it should be the easiest. Then we'll move on to the rear diffuser. We'll leave the front lip for last since I'm probably going to need a second person to help me out with that. The easiest way to remove the OEM mirror caps is you put like 3 fingers up top, pinky on the side, thumb at the bottom, and you just pull. And that's it, comes right off. Obviously that was a joke. I was messing around with the driver's side one before I started filming, just so I know what the hell I was doing for the other side so I can show you guys the proper way. So I've decided to challenge myself with this mirror cap. I'm gonna use only one hand since the right hand is occupied by the camera. There's not a single good tutorial online that tells you how to remove these on an F10 M5. And it just seems like people are just snapping the clips inside to remove them. I guess it doesn't really matter if you're replacing it with a better one. If you ever wanna, like, you know, go back to the OEM ones or sell these for a good price, then you might wanna do it the right way. All right, so first step. This section, the inside portion, is where you want to start from, because the clips up here are kind of like underneath this little gloss black trim, and if you try to pull up from there, you're going to just snap them all. and then the same goes for the bottom side. So the ones here, they're like kind of slide clips that slide into this little, I guess this little space. I'll show you guys once I remove it, but you got to put a little bit of force here to remove it. There you go. I just snapped it out of place, a little bit of wiggling. And at this point you want to be very careful, because if you're not, you're going to break the clips up top, which don't really do a lot when it comes to securing the mirror cap in place. But you know, just not try to break. All right, I'm going to put a little bit more pressure. There you go. There you go. See, now this corner came out. That's the most important side. That's the part that was wedged on there. Now you should be able to pull the entire cap a lot easier. There you go. Keeps coming off. Wiggle it. Boom. It wasn't even my dominant hand, guys. It was my left hand. I did it with one hand. There you go. So like I was explaining, you see the clips right here? Those are the ones that slide into this section right here. So you have to pull up there. And then these are the little small ones that people tend to break all the time, because they kind of like snug right underneath right here, right underneath this section, and people tend to break them. And then everything else, like this one, is just kind of locks into this spot right here. So the most important part is the inside. And you saw how easy it is? Put the pressure here, pull up, wiggle it around. Don't just force it, wiggle it around. And then, you know, pry at different ends of the cap, and it comes right off. Removing the OEM ones, I wasn't too nervous, because if they break, whatever, I got the carbon fiber ones. But I want to make sure I install these correctly and without breaking any of the clips. By the way, the top clips right here, they're a lot more robust than the OEM ones that were kind of skinny and very brittle, so that's a good thing. The key here is just to align everything perfectly like the stock one. Since these are M Performance, fitment should be spot on. All right, let's see if we can get these on the first try. You just line up the tabs. Oh, you hear all that creaking? Once you hear all that creaking, your heart stops, because this is expensive. All right, I think I got everything lined up. Ooh, that's it. Go ahead and wipe it down real quick. Man, that made all the difference in the world. I went ahead and did the driver's side off camera. It was definitely more finicky. I took it off about 3 times to just put it back in there, because I have a bit of OCD. There was a small gap here that wasn't present on the other side, so I kept messing with it. I got it as close as possible. I just think that it's supposed to sit that way, but anyways, it looks pretty good all the way around. And here's what it looks like front to front, guys. Yeah, much better than the silver. If you look at it on this side, yeah, I like that a lot. Oh, another thing too, the tint. We're gonna get this car tinted probably next weekend. Expel, ceramic, 10% probably, and I think that's gonna finish off the side of the car very well. All right, so right now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the carbon fiber diffuser. Look who joins us. So it's all gonna come out as one piece. He's already started prying the clips here, but there's 3 T-bolts here at the bottom that loosens this up. You can keep these here. So you have clips along the side, as you guys can see right here, and you can reach behind, push them out, and they should be able to release the splitter, and that's it. That was easy. Check it out. Pure metal silver.
Yeah. Pure metal ass underneath.
Oh, exactly. I think we have this.
The nice feature about M5. And it opens again.
What the hell? So, okay, so that's the one question I had. If I was gonna lose that function, because we're covering up where the sensor's at, but I guess if it still knows that my hand is here. Let me see. That's easier than the kick. The kick never works, but the karate chop. Let's get to business. So we're trying to line up the clips here. That's gonna get annoying very fast. Why am I tippy-toeing? Can we lower the car, please? Just gonna ignore that. The life of a YouTuber.
Shut up. Do you need help there? You okay?
Hold on, bro. I'm not like you, man. I go in slowly. I take my time. I don't just shove it in. It's weird because it's like nice and flush here, and it opens up here. Even 3D Design, they charge $2 grand, and it's choppy fitment here, but it's miles better than what you get on, you know, other companies. I've seen some pretty bad ones for the F10 M5. I think we're done here. We'll lower the car and see what it looks like.
And it opens again.
There's barely any space to show you guys what it looks like, but my biggest concern was already answered, since it is like a matte style carbon fiber, you know, material for the tips versus the gloss. It actually doesn't look too bad at all. Actually looks pretty good. I'll give you guys a better look once we move the car from the lift. We're gonna keep it on there for just a bit longer, since we're gonna do the front lip, and it's just easier to do while the car is up high and not on the floor. My main concern is this entire front bumper, actually the entire car has PPF. And this lip right here is very tight around the edges, So it clamps real hard here, and I actually try to kind of fit it on off camera, and it was digging into the PPF. I'm very excited that it's gonna cover up this section right here. It's like this bottom shield that
you can't see on camera, but yeah, it's there.
Yeah, there's something there. It's just very awkward, and you can see it from the front, so that's gonna cover that portion up. And the good thing about the lip itself is, which is why I chose this one over the one that just kind of goes in the bottom here, it has these vent holes, right? So M cars typically have this section here where air goes through, and I believe it feeds off into the brakes, so we don't lose any of that aerodynamic, any of that cooling stuff. So if you guys see this edge right here, it's an odd lump, so we're gonna shave that down so it's nice and smooth. It's a weird angle here too, which is gonna latch onto the bumper and not fit properly, so we're gonna try to smooth it out here real quick and then try to test fit it. Depending on how much you spend on carbon fiber, a lot of the times you do have to modify it in order for it to fit like as good as possible. Obviously, the more money you pay, the better the fitment, the less you have to do. I didn't have to do all that. The piece probably would have fit right on with no issues, but I know I'm picky. I want to eliminate as many gaps as I possibly can. Plus there were some sharp edges that can probably ruin the bumper of the car, and I don't want that. So go ahead and sanded out this section here, made it smooth. The corners here as well. Corners here, there was like a pinch part there that was taken care of. Same thing to this side. There is like this piece that's a little bit loose here. I don't want to touch it and kind of ruin it. It's too close to the top of the lip, so we're just gonna leave it like that. All right, let me give you guys a look of what it looks like installed. We still have to add some bolts underneath to secure it. Here's the fitment. This is the only kind of sketchy part. It's not rounded off perfectly, so there's a small gap here. It's pretty flush here. Same thing on this side, pretty close, nice and straight. Goes all the way to the side of the bumper right here, locks into place. And then if you look at the bottom side, it fits pretty well until you get to that corner, right? And then you have the same issue here, but instead of having the gap here, the gap is up here. I mean, it's 1/3 of the price from the real 3D design, so what can you expect? I'm sure the PPF underneath this got pretty screwed up, but it is what it is. It's multiple pieces, so I can always replace it if I even decide to remove this lip.
Yes!
That looks good. You're not even showing the carbon fiber mirrors and love.
I don't care about those. I only care about the front lip.
That looks good. But the very first thing I need to do is get the front lip PPF 110%, because after a week, I know they can get pretty destroyed.
Shut up.
The rear diffuser, I'll get my detail guy to buff it out, ceramic coat it. Get this one PPF, ceramic coated. Get the side mirrors PPF'd and ceramic coated. I think it looks really good. Now for the final touches. I stopped at Guardian Wraps to get the side grills and door handle trims wrapped in gloss black. Worst case scenario, if it looked tacky or bad, I can just peel it right off. I opted for a fairly new product, colored PPF that closely resembles paint with minimum orange peel and has self-healing properties. I know the black grills would look amazing, but the door trims, I had a bad feeling on how they would look. I then stopped at Mitchell Tintin in Daytona, Florida. You guys made it super clear that the M5 needed tints to go along with the black wheels. This is one of the best tinters around apparently. He used to tint for Field's BMW and he tinted Cletus's car recently. I originally wanted 15%, 98% infrared heat rejection expel tint, but then got peer pressured into 5%. Lastly, the front windows was tinted in 70% and the same 98% infrared expel tint. And here's how my M5 looks now. There you have it, guys. Quick rundown here before it gets too dark to film. The tints look extremely dark. That's 5%. You really can't see inside. I think it complements the theme of the car with the black wheels and the, you know, the wrapped black trims. I really do like what they look like. I know some of you guys told me not to do that on the trim, leave it chrome. I think it looks good. Guardian Wraps had originally tinted this. He only had dark tint available, and it kind of deleted the light. I didn't like it, so I peeled it off. Maybe it'll go good with light tint, or maybe I'll leave it that way. You know, I can use whatever opinion you guys have. I always take everything that you guys say in the comment section to consideration. As far as the tint, I don't know, I kind of regret it, but I kind of don't. I should have gone with 15%. I really wanted 10%, but XPEL didn't have that available. So I went with 5%. I mean, it looks pretty dope. The biggest thing here that I don't know if I'm gonna keep, it's a 50-50 shot, is the wrapped door handle trim. I think it looks kind of tacky. It does match the rest of the car on the side. And like one guy said in the previous video, that the chrome is barely noticeable on the door handle. So I don't think I needed to wrap it, but I wanted to give it a shot. The good thing about vinyl wrapping anything is that you can always peel it off. So I can easily peel it off right now and I have the chrome back. Let me know what you guys think. It's barely noticeable. I don't know. It kind of looks tacky. Maybe I'll keep it for a little bit and get some feedback from everybody that gets to see the car. The front windshield looks darker than the 70% that we put on, and that's because the rest of the car is dark, 5% all the way around. I'm in love, guys. The carbon fiber diffuser is legit. I wanted to keep this pure metal silver at first, but I think now I have to get this chunk spoiler in carbon fiber as well so I can match the theme of the back of the car. Again, let me know in the comment section below. I did forget to mention that I got the front lip PPF'd by Guardian Wraps as well. Trying to see how long I can get this lip to stay in one piece and without any rock chips or any like major imperfections. But yeah, the car is pretty much ready for BMW Invasion. Make sure to check out that event. Don't miss your chance to see 3 of my cars, the E90, the F10 M5, and the E46. I have a booth there. I'll be showing off the very first digital cluster for the E46 as well. And you guys can support by buying merch or just being there to support, you know, Field Cavaros. Make sure to hit the like button before you guys leave the video. It really does help out the channel. Subscribe for more videos. And as always, thanks for watching. Till next time.